Hello guys, welcome to the second installation of the In the Cockpit series with myself. This week we're going to be flying something a little bit different, a little bit crazier if you will. Going back to the grassroots of the German tech tree, we're going to be flying the HE51C1 late. This little biplane isn't the best thing in the game, I must admit. Although for some reason it has aileron and elevator trim, yet the BF-109 E3 doesn't, which is a later aircraft. Never get my head around that. But anyway, yeah, not the best aircraft in the game, that's for sure. Something I've never actually flown before, in for real at least. In fact, I'm quite thankful that I didn't get stuck into a game with the Russian low-level tiers, because I'd have just been eaten alive by professional seal clubbers taking their I-152s out for a spin against some rather helpless German HE51s. Just checking out the dials here, see what everything is. Those ones on the right you just saw there, there's a clock on the right and fuel gauge to the left of that, the orange one. To the left of that we've got a slip indicator, and on the left hand side of the panel after the gap we've got a speed indicator, a couple of temp gauges down in the middle there, fuel gauge 2, and to the left of the speed dial should have a what's it called? Altimeter, there we go. Got there in the end. Obviously there's a few problems with visibility out of this aircraft. We've got a nice big thick wing in the way of quite a lot of the screen right now. This does come into me quite a lot later in the game. Thankfully though they have stuck a little mirror on it so I can see what's behind me. Not that I think I've ever used that. One thing with the earlier designs of aircraft, a lot of them, including the earlier Marcus Spitfires, Hurricane, they have a problem where they lose power to the engine when they use negative G's, when they push the nose of the aircraft down. Basically this problem is lack of fuel to the engine, caused by... Basically the engine is gravity fed, and when negative G's are induced to the fuel system, the fuel goes the wrong way around the fuel system, essentially, so no fuel gets to the engine and the engine sort of chokes and starves itself. It's quite prominent in this aircraft. A lot of aircraft like Spitfire, the Hurricane, as mentioned before, have this feature. Well, I say feature, it's more of a design flaw, but it's much less prominent. You can get away with a little bit of nose down, whereas this, it seems to cut out almost immediately. The main sort of nemesis of the Spitfire and Hurricane obviously was the BF-109, which used fuel injection rather than gravity-fed system. This basically reduced the need for gravity feeding in the situation, so you can pull negative G's all you like. Because it's being forced into the engine, there's no way the fuel can reverse itself and go out. I'm just approaching the target zone right now. A couple of things spotted out the window. Not sure what's what. Got a bit of altitude. Yeah, keep the throttle pulled back here, just so we don't... A, so we can let the engine cool down a bit, and B, so we don't lose too much altitude. Because if I was powering through this dive here, which I'm only using to look down, then obviously I'd lose a lot more altitude than I would had I had it on 0% throttle. Got a couple of targets spotted in front of me here. Just gonna go over here, take a look, see what's happening. There's a bit of AA shooting over here. I believe that's friendly. However, that could be enemy as well. There's a couple of targets just below me here, so I swoop in on this guy here, see who he is, what's happening. Looks to me like a pea shooter. Get off a burst, get a couple of hits on him. Obviously the two 7.62 machine guns on this are just going to take down aircraft brilliantly quickly. What you can see here is the pea shooters quite easily outrunning me. One of the brilliant things about having a biplane is the maneuverability, but unfortunately, because as you can imagine, two wings, you basically have twice the amount of drag that a monoplane fighter does. So even with the flat front of this pea shooter causing all that drag that it does, my two wings basically slow me down enough so he can pull away and outmaneuver me. Well, not outmaneuver me, but get himself out of my guns. At the moment I'm just trying to keep my nose pointed in front of his nose, predict where his movements are going to be. Just gone into a slight climb, just to get some slight advantage, almost nothing there. Pull back my nose in front of his. This gives me a better turn, turning inside him, reducing the distance towards him. You can see now how small a visible area you can see to the front of you when you zoomed in. It's pretty much nothing. I'll just have a quick check of the engine temps. Follow this guy around, make sure I'm not heading into the enemy base or anything stupid like that, or over AA. These things get ripped to shreds by A. At this point I decide that this guy's probably going to live for a little bit longer. Break off. There's no way I'm going to catch him, so might as well, instead of burning out my engine trying to run after a guy I'll never catch. Spot these guys straight in front of me. Seem to be having a dogfight. 3 guys there. Usually when you've got 3 guys, that means that at least one of them... Well, you can have it 2 ways. Either the front one's friendly, the middle one's enemy, and the back one's friendly. Or you can have the opposite, which is enemy friendly enemy. I think this one turned out to be enemy friendly enemy, so I dove in on the guy behind. Got a couple of shots off. Fortunately lost him. See those 2 guys fighting there? Just on the horizon there. Lost the guy again. I just see him there, just going through that smoke. And he seems to be coming around for an attack. He didn't attack me, so I just roll over, pull directly onto his tail. There's the friendly in this equation. Pulling up, get on him, cut throttle to 0, just so I don't overshoot, and get a nice load of rounds into him. Had these been cannons, he'd have been dead quite some time ago. Unfortunately, they're not. Diving down here, just to get as much speed as I can to keeping the chase here. I know that I'm probably not going to outrun him unless he loses his engine, but the more airspeed I do have, the more I can do with it. He seems to be going in a straight line, which sort of indicates to me that he's probably an AI, but we'll still go after him anyway. Especially with erratic up and down maneuvers like that. We're getting a bit close to their AA right now, but we'll see what we can do in the circumstances. He seems to be quite damaged, actually. Which would presumably be why he's bobbing and weaving all over the place. Because I can follow him in a smoother path, it means that I can sort of keep up with him as well. Here was his mistake here. He pulled straight up. Obviously, he could have gone into a loop, at which point I could have outturned him. Or he could have gone straight up and used his less drag to outmaneuver me. But unfortunately, I'm not too sure what he was doing, but he ended up in the ground. I'll call that one as a kill for myself, even though it was a crash, but I put quite a lot of rounds into him, so it seems silly not to call it a kill, really. He hit the ground. If I was a fighter pilot in World War II, that would have counted. Right, we just had a contact here. This is why you don't overshoot. Just caught him out the bottom of my screen there. Warm burst onto him. Follow him round. And smash straight into the ground. That is why you don't overshoot. One small little burst like that can get you killed. Just checking out. I'm going to check out what this firing is. I'll work out that it's probably the AA. Might as well check it out as well. Yeah, it seems to be a truck AA, so I'm not going to go near that. That's just going to rip me apart. Even though I can take them out with 7.62 machine guns. Just checking out this guy. He seems to be getting shot at by the area of operations, and I get another attack, surprise attack by this guy here. This pea shooter. He sort of comes in and attacks me. He got some hits onto me, which causes me to stall out here, I believe. And I lose him. I think he's the guy above the horizon there, but not too sure. At this point I'm debating whether to head home. You can just see the damage on the left-hand elevator there. And I think, fuck it. It's only a HE-51, what's it going to cost to repair? This guy sights me up, gets a couple more hits into me. This thing is really starting to handle badly now. As you can see there, just keep it from stalling out totally. A little bit of a wingtip stall, but nothing we can't handle. This guy dives straight down, straight into my sights, cutting inside him, trying not to climb as hard as him, and trying to pull round tighter than him, just so he loses more airspeed than I do, and I can keep the more efficient route. Take a few shots at him, unfortunately miss. And now he's lost behind the wing. Again, not much visibility. I'm sort of hoping that he goes where I want him to. Here I've lost him. I have no idea where he's gone. Get low, pull up a bit, have a look around, see where he went. Can't see a thing. There's that guy behind me. I'm pretty sure it'll be him. However, can't be certain. Just pull around, see what's going on down here. There's a guy going towards our AA there, he's not getting shot at, call him friendly. There's a guy there that just got crashed into, apparently. And there's a guy just going through that fire stack there. He's definitely an enemy there. I'm going to chase after him, but keep an eye on those guys over there. I think this is the guy that I was on originally, but lost. Just keep that nose behind him here, trying to keep the speed up, because I know in the dive I'm probably going to be quicker than him. Now I just go for a pure pursuit, try and keep my my nose in about the same line as his, purely because I know I'm going to be more efficient at turning, whereas he's going to be more efficient in straight line. He's committed to the turn now, at which point I see a friendly just poke his head below my nose. He's gone high. I cut inside his turn, which again leaves me with a friendly in front. I release some of my turn, as an enemy goes past. This is the second enemy in this dogfight. So it's 2v2 right now. There's the friendly again. In fact, 3v2, I think that was a third one. Third friendly. Cutting inside his turn again. Went low. There's another friendly and another enemy. So it's 4v3 right now. This has turned into quite a little furball. Can't really see where I was shooting at, but got some hits anyway. Lead shooting is quite hard when you're in a pursuit like this. Keep peppering him with rounds every now and again. Lost him behind the wing, and he's down. Another friendly over here. Sets this guy on fire. And the other friendly deals the killing blow to another guy. We don't see that, unfortunately. As he explodes into flames, we win the game. So that's it for this installment, the second installment of In the Cockpit. If you've got any suggestions for planes I should fly, whatever you'd like me to fly, please do leave them in the comment section. If you've got any constructive criticism, please leave that in the comments too. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next video.